everyone, here is the long overdue recap / explanation of the 7 experiment that Dode and I have been doing. 7 is from this book by Jen Hatmaker. If you are looking for a funny but challenging read, I would definitely recommend this book. Jen writes about her experimental mutiny against excess. She decides to take 7 months and focus each month on one area of excess and reduce it. After reading this book last year, Dode and I decided to do our own version of it. We kicked off January with month 1, food. Jen ate only 7 foods for this month. Since we are on a preconception diet and trying to stay healthy and fertile, we thought 7 foods might be a little bit too much of a reduction for us. So we decided to do another Whole30 for month 1. Nothing too eventful happened for that. This was our 3rd Whole30, so we're kind of pretty much used to it at this point. Sometimes we even forgot that we were on Whole30 just because we eat so similarly to that most of the time anyway. I did have a little bit of a sugar withdrawal the first week. I ate way too many sweets over the holidays and definitely needed to cut back. That's probably my favorite thing about Whole30 is the sugar detox part. I have a little bit of a sweet tooth and probably need to do that part every couple months or so. Month 2 was clothes, and I learned that we own a ridiculous amount of clothes. So in February, we wore only 7 articles of clothing. This obviously had a couple of exceptions. Outerwear and underwear didn't count because in February, that would pretty much take up all 7 articles of clothing. Dode was granted a couple extra shirts for work just because we felt like that was appropriate. And I forgot to plan for 2 work functions that required a little bit fancier dress. So I broke the 7 rules for those 2 days. Other than that, I wore 2 pairs of pants, 2 t-shirts, 2 nicer tops, and a hoodie all month long. And it was awesome. I actually really loved waking up not having to decide what to wear. Now, I probably wouldn't want to do this indefinitely because I do like my clothes, but it did help me to see that I could live with a whole lot less. And it made it way easier to pass on some of the clothes that I don't wear as much to someone else who may need them. So that brings us to month 3, possessions. For this month, Jen gave away 7 possessions every day. We are attempting to do the same, but have not been able to keep up the pace. So we've just been keeping track of what we do give away and slowly making our way through purging the house. Clothes only count for the first week though, so no matter how many shirts we give away, they only count for 49. So far, we've only given away about 65 things, so this one will definitely be carrying over into April. And that brings us to month 4. April is media, so we will be fasting from 7 different forms of media this month. TV, gaming, Facebook and Twitter, iPhone apps, radio, texting, and internet. The last 2 obviously have exceptions. I do school online and we both have jobs that require internet use and texting. But the point is to remove excess, so we won't be using them to waste or kill time, just necessities. I do have a slight addiction to my phone and laptop, so I really think this month is going to be the hardest for me. I can feel the FOMO already. I also know that my temptation will be to fill all this space with productive things that I don't have time for because of Facebook, but I really want this month to be about quieting down and making more room in my life for God. So that's what I'm hoping to focus on in all my free time. So that's the recap so far. I will be talking about months 5, 6, and 7 later. I'd love to hear what you think about our 7 experiment. Have you ever done anything like this? Tell me about it in the comments below. I'd love to hear about your experience. Thanks, and I'll see you next time.